Barnsley FC 2018-19 season review. This is a season to remember. As you can see by the title and the intro, this is the Barnsley FC 2018-19 season review. This is the second to last video I am going to be doing on the season that has just passed. This video, and then I'm going to be doing a overall goals compilation of the vlogs I've done and stuff like that. So this video, if I had to guess, it's going to be more than 10 minutes, so if you could watch as much of it as possible, that'd be amazing. We're going to go through each game by game. I'm going to give you my opinion on each game, thought on the results, everything. Just giving you my opinion on the overall season that we've had, and as you saw by the intro, it was a record-breaking season. Before we start anything, I'm going to talk about the little bits and bats, like the record we broke. So yeah, before the season, obviously we had no manager, as Jose Marias was a bad do. As you Barnsley fans know, we was tipped with a few managers like Mick McCarthy, Simon Grayson, a few ex-bosses, and we ended up getting a manager out of the blue that nobody expected, as you guys know, who has currently done an amazing year at Barnsley, Daniel Stendel. Yeah, so he did a really good job coming in. It came out of nowhere. No Barnsley fans expected it. He was not on any backing or betting odds, anything. It came out of nowhere. Came from Hanover, but prior to that he had managed for 2-3 years. Hanover this season got relegated from the Bundesliga. They're the team that flickers between the Bundesliga First Division and the Bundesliga Second Division. So they're not the best team, they're not the worst team. And yeah, he's coming in and done such an amazing job. Credit to him and his backroom staff, even after his assistant, Andres Winkler, leaving to Huddersfield, who we will play next season, which is great. Left, we still stayed strong, we still grinded out the wins, the results, all that good stuff. So yeah, record breaking. We had the best defence in the league. I do believe we conceded the least amount of goals. We had one of the best clean sheet records in the league and also in the top 4 divisions in the country. We had the unbeaten record at home, which was incredible. We didn't lose a game at home all season, as well as Luton and Liverpool, the only other teams. So us, along with 2 other teams in the whole of England, to stay unbeaten at home this year, which is incredible. And the amount of goals we scored this year, not a record, but not an actual record on statistics, but to us, it was such a good season. We scored so many goals. Such a good season, and yeah, so good defensive record this year. So many clean sheets. We had conceded any goals. Went to every single game at Elco this year. Didn't see us lose a game. Did in the cup, but not in the league. How incredible is that? We carried that unbeaten record into next season. So let's start. I'm going to go through the games. I'm going to tell you what games I've been to, goal scorers, stuff like that, my opinion. So before the season, obviously, we had a couple of new additions. You players like Kenny Dougal, Woodrow came in a couple of weeks in after we sold Bradshaw, and your players like that. But it was mainly the scratched up squad. A couple of players missing here and there from what got us relegated last year, to be fair. And we went in, started with a home game. I remember this home game, Oxford. No one really knew what to expect. New managers, new tactics, new styles, similar players, new league. Oxford United at home. Originally, when we all saw Oxford at home first, we just thought back to that Wembley playoff where we beat them 3-1 or 3-2 in the Johnston Paint Trophy back in 2016. We just thought of them as a good, strong team, and we ended up coming out 4-0 victorious. Mamadou Thiam did score 2 in that day, which was great. So we started off to a flyer. The next game was Bradford City away. I did go to that one as well. That was a new ground to me on the day. That was a really sunny day. No jackets, lovely football weather. Went there. On paper, at the time, they was tipped to get in the top 6. Obviously, we know what's happened to them now. Unfortunately, we went there and won 2-0. Bradshaw scored. I think that was his last goal before he left. And Victor Adebayo scored a tap-in right in front of me. I do remember this was before I started vlogging. I only started vlogging like a quarter way into the season. After that, we had Wimbledon at home. That's where we first dropped points at home. Was Wimbledon. We drew 0-0 there. They came, sat back. And yeah, first 2 games we were too strong for teams, and then they came and showed teams that if they sit back, you can scrape a point out against us, but didn't have no threat of scoring. Then the 4th game in, I didn't go to Rochdale away, 4-0, Kiefer Moore hat-trick. Great game, played some really good attacking football. Could have scored a lot more goals in all these games from what I scored from the commentaries. So the next game I went, Scunthorpe United away. This was the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th game in, and the first game where we conceded. We ended up going 2-0 down, and we scraped back a 2-2 draw, which is a pretty good point. Not, if you look back now, it's not, because they got relegated, but to say we were 2-0 down, it was. Dimitri Cavare curling one into the top corner, I remember in that. Gillingham at home, we beat them 2-1. That's the one home game I missed because I was on holiday. Walsall at home, I remember that. They equalised it last minute. Coventry City away, I went to that game. We lost 1-0 there. Jacob Brown had at least 3 win-and-ones. We missed so many chances. They got a goal and just held us out. And that was our first loss of the season at Coventry. We lost 6-7 games this year, only 7 games, and it was all away, like I say. Then we had Fleetwood away, which I didn't go to. 3-1, that was a sunny day, a good day. I didn't go to that. Mamadou Thiam smashing one in top corner at last minute. Then this is where my vlogging this year started. Plymouth Argyle at home and 1-1 draw on a Tuesday night. Yeah, so Plymouth came to do what Wimbledon did when they drew 0-0 at our place, but with a bit more attacking threat, and they did it well. Give credit to them. Peterborough, at the time we was 5th, and I think they was either 2nd or 3rd. We went to their game. This was one of the best away games of the season, in my opinion. Peterborough away, 4-0. If you guys went to that game, you will understand completely how amazing that game was. 4-0, we battered them. The atmosphere was insane. The next game was our first game on Sky, I do believe. Luton Town at home. They was in the top 6 around. They weren't flying, but they were in the top 6 with us. We beat them 3-2. That was a very entertaining game for the neutrals. And here comes our second loss of the season. Charlton Athletic. I remember I was at the coast at this time. I didn't get to go to this game, obviously, because I can't travel to every game. We lost 2-0 to Charlton. We got outplayed that day from what I saw, and it was unlucky. So that's our second loss, like, quite far into the season. And then, first time this season, only time this season, I think we had back-to-back losses. We went and played Shrewsbury on the Tuesday night, which I didn't go to. We lost 3-1 to Shrewsbury. Pinnock getting the goal for us, I do remember. And then we came back to our place, and then we went on a 1, 2, 3. We won another 3 games in a row. We beat Bristol Rovers at home 1-0. Beat Southend United at home 1-0. They would just score a goal. Not sit back, but they're the type of games where we go 1-0 up and most teams just sit back, but we still attack. Obviously with our strong defence, we just won't kill teams off. Not that we needed to, because we scraped the 1-0 win out, but when we could have scored more, we didn't. We wasn't clinical enough. And after that, I didn't go to it. Accrington away. I remember Corley Woodrow scoring that, and that was good. Good 2-0 win. And Doncaster came to ours, who were the best team at our ground, in my opinion, this season. 1-1 with Doncaster. I remember Corley Woodrow scoring the equaliser after them going 1-0 up. Herbie Kane in the middle dominated that game, I remember. And then Sunderland away. This was a big test. Went to Stadium of Light on the Tuesday night. I wanted to go to that game, but it was a Tuesday night, so I couldn't. Lost 4-2. We got outplayed that day, and we missed a few chances that day as well. But yeah, not the best day for the Reds. Oh, I tell a lie. This is our second back-to-back losses. We went and played Wickham the week after. That knocked us down a few pegs or 2, losing to Sunderland, and we lost 1-0 at Wickham. I didn't go to that away game. And then we came back to our place with another hard game, Portsmouth, who were at the top of the league, I do believe, at this point. And then we went and beat them 1-1. I remember that game. It was freezing, and we should have won. We was the better team. We should have won that game. Blackpool away, I went to that. Cameron McGeehan with a header to win it. That was great atmosphere, great game. Vlog, go watch that. All these that I've been to our vlog, so go check them on my channel. Went to, where were we? Blackpool away. And 2 hard home games with Peterborough and Charlton, who obviously, you know, one finished in the playoffs, one's in the playoff finals, as we speak, and one's outside the playoff. But at the time, we was both in playoffs. We beat 1-2-0 and we beat Charlton 2-1. I remember Charlton nicking the goal in the last minute to make it 2-1. And then the third big game in a row, Luton Town away. Scraped a 0-0 draw with them. That was a good point to say how they was near top of the league at the time. Bradford then came back to ours. They was in the bottom 4 at the time, but I remember they was on a 2 or 3 game running streak. All Bradford fans were hyped up, all us fans were hyped up. It was sunny Yorkshire derby, expecting a really tough game, and then we ended up battering 3-0. So yeah, that's just Bradford City's season in a nutshell. And then we went to Wimbledon away on not a Tuesday night. We beat them 4-1. I remember Carly Woodrow scoring a header and a loop over the keeper. And Rochdale at home 2-1. We ended up going 1-0 down to that. 1-0 down to Rochdale. They played pretty well, and yeah, they avoided relegation. They went 1-0 up and tried to sit back, but we scraped 2 goals out. And we went away to Oxford. This was the start of the season where teams were trying to play against us and beat us. Oxford, we ended up drawing 2-2 there. We had to scrape 2 goals back, I do believe, to get the point against Oxford. Scunthorpe United come to ours after that. I remember Adam Hamill coming to ours and we beat him 2-0. And then this next game was such a good game, but such a bad game. Gillingham away, beat him 4-1, but that's where Kiefer Moore had the serious head injury. It was horrible, and that led him out for the last couple of games. After that, Wycombe came to ours, we beat them 2-1. Burton came to ours for the rearranged fixture, we drew 0-0. We went to Portsmouth, drew 0-0. Adam Davies making that picture of a penalty save. Southend United at their place on TV, we beat them 3-0 despite having a red card at 0-0. Accrington came to ours, we beat them 2-0. Sunderland came to ours, that was 0-0. We scored a goal, it was an offside goal. We should have won that game. Doncaster, I went to theirs, I vlogged that 0-0. We were the better team now. I don't know, quite even, we should have won. We had a few injuries. Walsall away, we scored in the last minute. That's one of the best vlogs on my channel, go check that out. Jacob Brown in the last minute, we bagged that in. Coventry at home were due to war. Coventry were in good form, pushing for the playoffs at this time. They beat Sunderland a couple of weeks after and drew with Luton or Portsmouth a couple of weeks after us that. So we got a 2-2 draw with Coventry. Then we ended up going to Burton and lost 3-1. At this stage of the season, we all thought Sunderland were going to leapfrog us with the games in hand, but as you guys know, that didn't happen. Fleetwood came to ours, we beat them 4-2, that was a good game, and then all that kerfuffle with Joey Barnes. That's my highest vlog of the season, that's an 11k. Go check that out if you haven't already. And then Shrewsbury came to ours, another hard game, we beat them 2-0. Plymouth away, this is the game where I thought we were going to slip up. Beat them 3-0, Alex Mowat scored a sexy free kick, put it in the top corner. And yeah. Second to last game, home game, Blackpool 2-1. We beat them off going into last. Beat Blackpool, and then that midweek we got promoted to League One. We got promoted from League One to the Championship, which was amazing. And then the last game of the season, to us for the title, we was already promoted. Unfortunately, we lost 2-1. But yeah, we came second and we got promoted. So yeah, that's my mini review of the season. And then we've got the cup games in the League Cup. We lost to Blackpool in the first round 3-1. I went to that was pretty disappointing. Then the FA Cup, we beat Notts County at home 4-0, that was a good game, I went to that. And we beat Southend away 4-2, and then we lost to Burnley by conceding in the 91st minute. I don't know. They beat us and then lost to Man City 5-0 at next round, so I'll have a look, I'll see what minute they scored. Chris Wood, 90th minute penalty, jammy twat. But yeah, that's the end of the video. If you made it this far, comment, I made it to 13 minutes. Comment that if you made it this far. I doubt anyone's here, but if you see this, then you somehow made it this far. Thanks for watching. One more video, and then we're on to the 2019-2020 stuff. So yeah, see you in a bit.